Grab your studio kit or learning box and get the following supplies. First, open to a blank piece of paper inside of your sketchbook. Fold your paper 3 times from the bottom of the page. When you unfold, you will see that there are 4 boxes for the 4 different crayon techniques that we're learning today. So that I can see the folded lines a little bit better, I draw over them with a black marker. I also number the 4 boxes of my work to help keep me organized for later. Our first crayon technique will be labeled Press Light. For this crayon technique, go ahead and choose any color crayon that you would like. I'm using the color blue because it shows up well in the video. For this technique, use very light pressure as you press your crayon onto the paper. Notice how as I'm coloring, I'm making sure that the lines are very close together to avoid a lot of the white paper showing through. Our second technique is labeled Press Hard. This technique is the exact opposite of the first, and that's because we're using more pressure as we color. Sometimes as I'm drawing with this technique, I scribble a little bit so that I can make some progress in the box. But notice how just like the first, I bring my lines nice and close together to make sure that I'm filling the white of the page. Our third technique is labeled Mixing. For this technique, you will need 2 different color crayons. I'm using blue and white. For your first color, go ahead and add it to your paper using either the Press Hard or Press Light technique. I've done both so that you can see. With your second color, go on top using the Press Hard technique. In both examples, you can see that I end up creating a much lighter blue because I'm mixing the 2 different color crayons. Our last technique is labeled Scratch, and it's probably one of my favorites. For this technique, you'll also need 2 different color crayons, and I recommend using both a light color and a dark color. Start with your lightest color on the bottom and use the Press Hard technique to create a thick layer of the color on the bottom. Next, with your dark color, add another thick layer using the Press Hard technique. After you've gone over top of the light color, you can use the tip of your scissors as a drawing tool to scratch away different designs. When you finish trying out all 4 techniques, make sure that you put all of your materials back into your studio kit or learning box. And of course, don't forget to share your work with me in our digital classroom.